Yeah, the first half of the 20th century.
Long before the New York Mets came to be in 1962, the New York Yankees had two National League neighbors.
True.
Three teams. They created this wonderful atmosphere, and there was hardly a day in the summertime that one of those teams was not at home.
New York
Yeah.
Yankees, the New York Yankees, and the Brooklyn Dodgers.
You mean every day in the summertime there would be a team in New York playing ball.
The rivalry was very, very intense.
And imagine how much tickets were back in those days.
From 1913 to 22,
Yeah.
they played two World Series entirely on one field. But Giants manager John McGraw became quite territorial once the
I guess he was sensitive about his
own teams.
own backyard.
And the Yankee popularity, he didn't like Babe Ruth, and so they asked the Yankees to leave.
Well, yeah,
The debut of Yankee Stadium
Yankee
in
Stadium.
1923, the Yankees emerged as a dominant franchise in New York and all of baseball, winning 19 of the next 37 World Series, 2 against
Yeah.
the Giants, 6 over the Dodgers.
When teams dominate the World Series, it is simply because
I mean,
they have better players.
I guess if I was alive back in New York, I'd be rooting for the Brooklyn Dodgers for sure.
The Yankees were that much better than everybody. Those
Yeah.
teams were among the greatest teams in the history of baseball.
Yeah, the
All
pinstripes.
3 New York teams were among the best come 51, with some of
Yeah.
the greatest players
The
ever,
middle of the
like
20th
3
century.
outfielders who personified this golden
Duke of
age.
Flatbush would be my pick. But you got to give Willie Mays a lot of credit too.
On 3 different ball clubs
And the
at
Mick.
the same time in New York. It was tremendous.
The Yankees always seem to represent the American League in the World Series.
Yes, they have.
Dodgers and Giants often had to fight it out to win the National League.
When we would go over to the Polo Grounds, we used to have some real knockdown dragouts with the
Yes,
Giants.
it's happened back then
We
too.
played the Giants. It was 11 in Brooklyn and 11 over in Manhattan. So it was all here in New York. Made it for a heavy rivalry.
Yeah, it was really,
Giants and Dodgers.
yeah, back in the New York days.
Rivalry when they were here in New York in baseball. You could lose 20 straight.
Yep. Leo DeRocher would die that year in 91 at age 86.
Imagine the intensity in 51 when the Giants clawed their way back from
Yeah.
13 games behind the first-place Dodgers to force a memorable 3-game play.
Out of the subway into the Polo Grounds for fans by the thousands for the sudden death game.
Yep,
in the playoff
sudden
between the
death.
Dodgers and the stretch-running Giants.
In the deciding third game,
October
the
3rd,
Dodgers led
1951.
4-2 in the ninth.
That was the day
Giants
Dave
had
Winfield
2
was
runners on
born.
base, with Bobby Thompson at the plate. Brooklyn brought in
Yeah.
Ralph Branca from the bullpen.
There's Don Newcomb.
What happened next would forever define the pain and joy of a rivalry.
If I was there, this is really painful to watch.
It's the only incident in the entire history of baseball. A multiple run home run.
A 3-run homer to be exact.
Of an entire pennant race on one swing.
Yeah, the crowd was packed.
It was a pretty special time because you were able to use that all winter against the Dodger fans that live in the neighborhood.
Yeah, Joe
Even
Torre.
though The Giants went on to lose the World Series to the Yankees.
And the Yankees have done it again. Won their 3rd World Series in a row.
In 1952,
Yeah,
the Dodgers
Dodgers.
replaced the pennant, but their reward was yet another trip to the Bronx to face their old nemesis.
There was always a fatalism about it. The Dodgers were going to lose. The Yankees were going to win. This is the way the scripture had been penned.
And as it was written, the Yankees did win.
They did win.
And again in 53.
Martin laced one right
The
up
late
the
Billy
middle.
Martin would
Into the
would
series,
would
making it
manage the Yankees for a long time too.
Bowler scored in the
Yeah,
eighth.
Billy Martin, of
The
course,
series.
was a
Yes, sir.
Berkeley native.
Did it again. 5 World Series in a row.
If you go back to 41,
Oh, Vinny.
where the Dodgers played the Yankees, then skip a few years and go 47, 49, 52, 53. Always the Dodgers and the Yankees, and always the Yankees winning.
The Dodgers have never won a World Series.
Yep.
Not only have never won a World Series, but they have lost the last 5 they played to the New York Yankees.
The Yankees in 55.
But in 1955, the Dodgers defied the past.
We looked forward to playing the Yankees. We hadn't beaten them.
Yeah, Duke Snyder.
They were any better than we were.
Yankee Stadium is always electric.
Grew up in LA.
The
can't ask for a better setting.
Fittingly, the series went 7 games. And in Game 7, Dodgers...
So the home team won every game of that series in 55.
The Yankees' mystique almost took over.
Farrell lines to left field. Sandy Amaral spears the ball right at the wall.
Sandy's game-saving catch shocked Brooklyn fans everywhere. Could this be their moment at last?
It's a tense struggle into the last of the ninth.
Yeah, the late Johnny Padres would be the first ever World Series MVP. Yeah, Brooklyn. Look at Jackie.
Have been around for years with the Dodgers, always getting beat by the Yankees. It was quite a...
Don Zimmer would be a future Yankee coach.
Thank the good Lord that at least 1 year the deserving fans of Brooklyn got to be world's champions.
It was like the liberation of powers of VJ Day, New Year's Eve.
Yeah,
Into one.
big celebration.
But the euphoria was short-lived. For when the teams met again in 56, the Yankees were, at times, simply perfect.
Larson is ready.
Yeah, the late Don Larson.
Here's strike 4-1. Here comes the pitch. Strike 3.
He lived to be 90 years old.
Larson's slice of perfection helped the Yankees win the title.
The first of 2 perfect
and once again
no-hitters in playoff history.
That was a bleak day in Brooklyn, but it was not as bleak as the days that were coming, because all of a sudden, after 57, there were no more New York Giants, and there were no more Brooklyn Dodgers.
Ebbets Field would become an apartment complex now.
Dodgers were moving to Los Angeles.
The stockholders and directors of the Brooklyn Baseball Club have today met and unanimously agreed that the necessary steps be taken to draft the Los Angeles.
Well, I guess they wanted to flee for better weather.
Today, they voted permission for us to transfer the New York Giants franchise to San Francisco.
And this
Yeah,
golden age of baseball
golden age of baseball in New York.